I'll stream that new T.I., man, that new T.I. shit, right one, that shit on fire. Tip, we want to see them old schools at the car show. ATL, let Tip know after y'all stream that new shit, that shit hot.
What happens when one diss track turns into three and an entire family steps into the booth at the same time? Are we witnessing loyalty on another level, or the beginning of one of the strangest rap rivalries hip-hop has seen in? And where does Rick Ross fit into all of this after jumping into the conversation over that viral 50 Cent shirt? Because this isn't just music anymore. This feels coordinated. 3 diss tracks in a row from the same family. That's something rarely seen in hip-hop history. It all started when King dropped this track, making a bold statement that immediately caught everyone's attention. Then TA followed up with her own response, and not long after, Dominique came through with Miss Jackson, keeping the momentum going strong. What's happening here looks like a full-on lyrical showcase. A family unit standing together creatively and expressing their perspectives through music. Observers online have been pointing out how united they appear, saying it feels like if one's in the spotlight, the whole team steps in, though. King's song reportedly took things to another level, sparking plenty of conversation about how far he's willing to go artistically. Meanwhile, Dominique, known for his lyrical skill, dropped Miss Jackson with clever wordplay and confident delivery that got people talking. The cover art from Miss Jackson features a burning house said to symbolize conflict, loss, or personal struggle depending on who you ask. Many fans online have speculated about the meaning behind it, but nothing has been confirmed. Still, one thing's for sure. This family's creative energy has taken over the hip-hop scene in a big way. Back in the day, reports say Music She appeared on the news, and King later reshared that footage online as part of the ongoing back and forth. Observers have pointed out that the Miss Jackson angle may also be a creative nod to history, since Ja Rule once wrote a public letter to 50 Cent's mother during their past rivalry, which became a major talking point at the time. As for Rick Ross, many fans believe he has been quietly watching from the sidelines for years given his long-standing tension with 50 Cent. When the recent diss track started trending, blogs quickly picked up on his reactions and screenshots of his comments began circulating online. According to posts shared by media outlets, Ross commented under King's photo, the one featuring a t-shirt design, saying, "Hey, say I need that tea in a 3K little bro." That message sparked even more chatter across social platforms. He also reportedly commented under Dominique's post, writing, "Hey, let it bird." Let it bird. Music fans interpreted that as encouragement to keep the lyrical exchange going, adding another layer to the already heated rap conversation. Music Rick Ross later returned to social media and reportedly added another comment, writing, "Miss Jackson noticed it's hot." That short message quickly made rounds online and added even more buzz to the situation. Many fans say they expect Ross to weigh in whenever 50 is involved, especially given their long history of public disagreements. He had previously shown support for T.I.'s single as well, encouraging followers to stream it and calling it fire. At the time, blogs highlighted his endorsement as a notable move. Now, with King and Dominique entering the conversation, Ross appears to be showing support across multiple posts, which has only fueled more discussion online. Observers are calling this one of the most unusual rap rivalries in recent memory. 3 diss tracks released from members of the same family, a father and his sons, music all within a short time frame, is something rarely seen in hip-hop culture. Supporters describe it as a united creative front, with each artist standing firmly behind their message. As music for 50 Cent, commentators suggest he is watching the situation closely. While some online voices claim he may be losing momentum in this round, others point out that he is known for his strategic mindset and ability to respond in unexpected ways. Some commentators believe that even if 50 Cent appears to lose a round in this exchange, he is unlikely to step away from the larger rivalry. The perception online is that he prefers to play the long game, staying active and maintaining pressure over time rather than reacting immediately. Fans often describe his approach as calculated and persistent, suggesting he rarely backs down once he is engaged in a public dispute. Music observers have also noted that he does not seem interested in responding to a new rap track. Instead, many believe he prefers to use social media commentary and humor to make his points. Music supporters argue that this strategy allows him to control the narrative without stepping into a traditional lyrical back-end music forth. At the same time, commentators point out that both 50 Cent and T.I. are established figures with long careers, and neither appears to be motivated by financial need. Analysts suggest the real focus may be audience engagement, music capturing attention, driving conversation, and keeping fans invested in the unfolding drama. The big question many commentators are asking is, what can each side present to keep the audience engaged? For years, 50 Cent has built a reputation for being unfiltered online. Observers say he is comfortable using humor, sarcasm, memes, and sharp commentary to keep conversations alive. That digital presence has become a major part of his public persona. However, this situation appears different from what some may have expected. Instead of going back and forth with just one artist, he is now facing responses from multiple members of the same family. First came the father, then one son, and then another son who is widely described by fans as highly skilled lyrically. Many hip-hop followers have said they have rarely seen a coordinated release
like this in rap culture. Some online voices argue that 50 Cent may be waiting before making his next move, suggesting music he prefers timing over quick reactions. Others, however, claimed that during this particular week, the opposing side gained more momentum in public opinion. At the same time, supporters point out that he has already addressed the situation through several direct social media posts, which shows he is clearly aware of the conversation music and actively participating in it. Commentators widely agreed that this public exchange is unlikely to have any real impact on 50 Cent's business music ventures or overall success. He remains a well-established entrepreneur and entertainer music with multiple projects outside of music. From a financial and career standpoint, observers say he continues to operate at a high level. However, many fans note that he appears to value winning the online narrative just as much as any chart battle. Social media has long been one of his strongest arenas where humor, sharp commentary, and bold posts often keep him trending. Some believe the current back and forth is unfolding in a space where he feels most comfortable. At the same time, discussions online have raised questions about boundaries and rap rivalries. While some artists are known for pushing limits and lyrical exchanges, others prefer to avoid references to sensitive personal matters. Critics and supporters alike have pointed to past disputes, music including his public tension with GTI as examples of how far these exchanges can go. Ultimately, much of the debate centers on differing views about what is acceptable in competitive hip-hop culture. Some fans have also brought up past moments involving 50 Cent and other public figures, music including comments he made following the passing of actor Michael K. Williams. At the time, music media outlets reported that there had been prior tension connected to industry relationships. Critics argue that certain remarks cross personal lines, while supporters maintain that competitive history often shapes how artists respond publicly. Both past incidents are now being revisited as people analyze his current approach. Observers say these examples contribute to a broader perception that he is willing to address highly sensitive topics music during disputes. Others, however, believe every rivalry operates under its own unique dynamics and that public reactions often depend on personal values and expectations within hip-hop culture. Another moment that gained attention online involved the t-shirt design featuring a family member's image, which was widely shared on blogs and social media. The image sparked strong reactions from different sides of the audience, with some calling it bold and others calling it unnecessary. Music screenshots continued to circulate, adding to the intensity of the conversation. At this stage, much of the discussion has shifted toward public opinion. Supporters and critics alike are debating where they stand on T.I. His role in the exchange, proving once again how divided and passionate hip-hop audiences can be. Public opinion remains divided when it comes to 50 Cent. Supporters and critics alike continue to debate whether his approach is right, wrong, strategic, or simply part of his brand. Once disagreements move on to social media, many observers say the focus shifts to audience reaction. Who controls the narrative? Who delivers the sharpest line? And who generates the biggest response online? In today's digital era, moments are often measured by engagement. Comment sections fill up quickly with reactions like, "Did he really say that?" or "That was unexpected." Analysts suggest that these viral exchanges are less about traditional competition and more about commanding attention in real time. The artist who captures the most laughs, shock, or surprise often appears to gain the upper hand in the public eye. Rick Ross seems to understand this dynamic as well. Commentators note that when tensions with 50 Cent resurface, Ross frequently responds through visible social media posts, fully aware that blogs and entertainment outlets are likely to amplify the interaction. By doing so, he taps into the same online playbook that has kept these rivalries trending for years. Commentators suggest that Rick Ross understands how to turn moments of tension into promotional opportunities. Observers say he often balances his posts by highlighting his own ventures, such as events or business music projects, while also responding to individuals he has disagreements with. At the same time, he shows public support for artists he aligns with by mentioning their names, reposting their music, or leaving visible comments like, "Hey, give me a certain the 3X King," or "Hey, let it burn, let it burn." Those remarks quickly circulate once blogs pick them up. Many fans describe the situation as intense, noting how fast online exchanges can escalate. What started as a current rivalry has reportedly reopened conversations about
several of 50 Cent's past rap disputes. Social media users have begun revisiting older moments in hip-hop history, including discussions about his lyrical clashes with Beanie Sigel and Jadakiss, as well as previous exchanges involving styles. But analysts point out that in hip-hop culture, history often resurfaces during new rivalries. Once a fresh dispute trends, audiences tend to re-examine earlier battles to compare strategies, outcomes, and public reactions. As a result, this latest situation has expanded beyond the present moment and sparked broader conversations about competitive dynamics in rap over the years. Fans have also revisited past lyrical clashes involving Styles P and 50 Cent, including moments that played out publicly with cameras rolling. Others point to the well-known exchange involving Jadakiss, which some believe helped shape the creative inspiration behind the recent Miss Jackson references. They say historical rivalries are now being discussed again as part of the broader context surrounding the current situation. Many commentators emphasize that competitive exchanges have always been part of hip-hop culture. Once artists step into that arena, public scrutiny and sharp responses often follow. Observers say 50 Cent has long embraced a strategy that includes bold online commentary and humor, sometimes directed at rivals during tense music moments. Over the years, he has been involved in numerous high-profile rap disputes, which fans continue to catalog and debate. Some voices online argue that at least for this particular week, he may have encountered strong opposition from multiple sides. Others suggest he is simply pacing himself and waiting for the right moment to respond. At the same time, supporters believe King and the others involved are equally prepared to stay engaged if the situation continues. Music, as always in hip-hop, timing and audience reaction will likely shape what happens next. Some supporters argue that the focus should not be on whether King appears tough or how others label him. Instead, they believe the situation is more about personal boundaries and how individuals respond when they feel their family has been mentioned publicly. According to commentary online, King has made it clear that he takes references to his mother seriously and is willing to respond through music or public statements if he feels necessary. Observers say that mindset alone keeps the tension active. As the discussion continues, audiences are watching closely to see what happens next. Many fans are sharing their opinions across platforms, debating whether the rivalry will escalate or cool off in the coming days. Entertainment blogs have hinted that more developments involving the family's patriarch could surface soon, which has only increased anticipation. Meanwhile, Aisha Diaz has also become part of the conversation due to comments circulating online about a reported 50,000 per month figure. Social media users have offered mixed reactions to her statements, with some questioning the claims and others defending her perspective. The debate remains ongoing, adding yet another layer to an already complex public exchange. As the online debate kept heating up, more clips from past interviews began circulating across blogs and fan pages. In those interviews, both sides had previously addressed competition in hip-hop, making it clear that lyrical conflict is often viewed as part of the culture rather than something personal. Viewers revisiting those moments pointed out how confident and direct each artist sounded when discussing rivals and strategy. Commentators highlighted how 50 Cent has repeatedly described himself as someone who studies his opponents carefully before making a move. That reputation for patience is now being discussed again, with many suggesting he may be observing reactions before deciding his next step. Supporters argue that he rarely rushes into responses without calculating the impact first. At the same time, T.I. has spoken in past interviews about legacy and respect, emphasizing how he protects his name and family music image. Fans now see those statements through a new lens, connecting them to the recent coordinated diss tracks. The resurfaced footage has only intensified speculation about how intentional and organized this lyrical rollout may have been. Online forums have also shifted their attention to strategy. Some users believe the coordinated timing of the diss tracks was designed to overwhelm the conversation cycle. Releasing multiple records close together created a wave of content that dominated timelines and forced reactions from media outlets. Analysts say this kind of rollout shows an understanding of how modern attention spans work. Fast, loud, and impossible to ignore. Music others argue that the response from 50 Cent has followed a familiar blueprint. Instead of dropping a track, he appears to lean into commentary, humor, and carefully placed posts that keep his name trending without fully engaging in a
traditional rap exchange. Supporters describe this as controlling the narrative without stepping into the studio. Meanwhile, Rick Ross continues to interact publicly, liking music posts, leaving comments, and amplifying certain messages. Each digital move is quickly screenshot and reposted by blogs, extending the life of every statement. In today's rap environment, even a short comment can spark headlines and drive thousands of reactions within minutes. Another layer to the story is how fans are dividing into clear camps. Some believe the family's unified music front sends a strong message about loyalty and solidarity. Seeing multiple relatives step into the booth has been described as rare and bold within mainstream rap. Music that coordinated presence alone has become part of the narrative. On the other hand, longtime followers of 50 Cent argue that he thrives in moments like this. They point to his history of turning controversy into visibility, often emerging with stronger engagement numbers than before. From their perspective, every post, meme, or reaction only fuels his digital dominance. What stands out most is how quickly hip-hop history gets pulled back into the spotlight during new disputes. Old interviews, past lyrics, and previous rivalries are being analyzed side by side with current events. Fans are not just reacting to what is happening now. They music are connecting it to decades of competitive moments that shape today's rap landscape. As a music situation keeps trending, analytics pages and fan accounts have started tracking engagement numbers in real time. Every diss track, repost, and comment is being measured by views, shares, and reactions. Some observers say this rivalry is unfolding like a digital chess match where every move is calculated for maximum visibility. Music critics have also stepped in, breaking down lyrics bar by bar. They're comparing delivery, wordplay, and tone to decide who came with the sharper message. Supporters of King and Dominique argue that their back-to-back releases created momentum that felt explosive and unified. Meanwhile, longtime fans of 50 Cent insist that experience and timing matter more than speed. What makes this different, according to many commentators, is how quickly the narrative shifts. One strong verse or viral post can flip public opinion overnight. In this era, dominance is not just about music quality. It is about controlling the conversation minute by minute. Industry insiders are also weighing in, suggesting that moments like this often blur the line between rivalry and rollout strategy. Whenever multiple artists trend at the same time, streams increase and catalog numbers rise. Some analysts believe that even tension can translate into renewed interest in older records, bringing past hits back into playlists. Music clips from radio shows and podcasts are now being shared widely, with hosts debating who holds the upper hand. Some personalities argue that coordinated family support gives emotional weight to the diss tracks. Others counter that 50 Cent's brand has always centered on resilience and sharp wit, making him difficult to outmaneuver online. The conversation has expanded beyond just the artists involved. Fans are discussing the rules of engagement in modern rap. Whether social media posts count as responses and whether silence can sometimes be more powerful than a verse. Every angle is being dissected in real time. Meanwhile, supporters on both sides of creating memes, remix clips, and reaction videos that continue to amplify the rivalry. What music once would have stayed between artists now spreads instantly through fan creativity. In many ways, the audience has become an active participant in shaping the storyline. Some commentators believe this moment reflects a larger shift in hip-hop culture. Battles are no longer confined to studio boosts or radio freestyles. They now live on timelines, in comment sections, and across live streams. Music, the artist who adapts fastest to that environment, often gains the edge. For now, both camps appear firm in their positions. The family's coordinated releases remain a major talking music point, while 50 Cent's calculated online presence keeps his supporters confident as the days unfold. Every post, music lyric, and reaction continues to add another layer to an already intense rapid. Now, the spotlight is getting even brighter as more reaction channels and hip-hop commentators break everything down frame by frame. Every lyric, every Instagram caption, every emoji is being analyzed like it's part of a bigger master plan. Some fans believe the family's coordinated drops were a power move meant to show unity and strength. Others think 50 Cent is letting the noise build on purpose, waiting for the perfect moment to flip the script. What's really interesting is how both sides understand the modern media cycle. A single post can dominate headlines for 24 hours straight. A well-timed response can reset the entire conversation overnight. Supporters of King say his passion makes the situation feel personal and intense. Meanwhile, 50's fans argue that experience always wins in the long run. The debate is split right down the middle. Music and the energy online is still high. At this point, the rivalry feels bigger than just music. It's about image, timing, strategy, and who truly controls the culture's attention. The family's united front has definitely shaken things up, but 50 Cent's history shows he rarely stays quiet forever. The question now is simple. Does he respond in a major way, or does he continue playing the long game online? So, what do you think? Is this round going to the family, or is 50 Cent setting up a comeback that nobody sees coming? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's talk about it. If you're rocking with this breakdown and want more updates as this story develops, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and stay locked in for the next upload. This saga is far from over.